Hello and welcome back to yet another video. In this video, we'll learn 5 most effective ways of learning English. But again, I am not making these up, but these methods are backed by scientific research. Before we get started, I want to discuss something else too. In this video, I talked about how to start learning English. So if you haven't watched that video already, please go and watch that video. But here's a quick summary if you have already watched but now you have forgotten. So the quick summary is that there are 3 ways of learning English. First is immersion method, in which you immerse yourself or you surround yourself with English. You do not necessarily learn it, but you engage in it. For example, you listen to a lot of podcasts, you listen to English YouTube channels, or you speak in English. So you do not necessarily work on your improvement, but you surround yourself with English. This is method number 1, which is immersion. Second is classroom approach, where it's not your headache how you learn it. Your teacher is going to give you a plan. So you enroll yourself for an online or offline English learning course, and then you move from base to up. That is classroom approach. And the third approach is dual method, in which you enroll yourself in a classroom type setup and then you also immerse yourself in English. Of course, the most effective is dual method. But in this video, we are specifically going to focus on immersion. How to channel our energy and efforts in a fruitful direction. Because even in immersion, there are a lot of options available. So which ones do we have to implement? So now, for real, without further ado, let's get started. As a prerequisite for understanding this video, we learn about the electic method. Here is a research paper you can read to learn more about it. I'll link it in the description box down below, and of course the timestamps will also be in the description box. But what is electic method? Electic method means choosing your language learning process depending on your aim and abilities. Different teaching methods are borrowed and adapted to suit your goal. What do I mean? See, Netflix can be good for someone who is interested in watching movies, right? But if you are not that much into movies or series, then it is not going to be that helpful for you. On the contrary, books can be really helpful for you, but that cannot be the case for everyone. It is just a small example, but electic method has a lot more to offer. Using electic method, you will not just stick to a single process. Let's say you will not stick to grammar books only, you will not stick to books only, but what you will do is you will see, okay, I need to work on my prepositions, then I'll study that from the book, and for speaking I'll speak in front of a mirror, for listening I'll do this. So you do not necessarily follow a single approach. If you are into books, you are not only going to follow books to correct all these, but you are going to be electic or you are going to be selective. Okay, so that was the prerequisite for understanding this video. Now let's see the 5 points that I think will really help you make your perfect and unique game plan for learning English. Step number 1. Think about your weak and strong points. So take a notebook and write down that I am good in this part and bad in this part. Why do you have to do that? Because you might be repeating the same mistakes again and again. Let's say you do not know when to use apostrophe S, for example, Sam's book. You do not know how to use that. So you are going to make the same mistake again and again if you do not first recognize that this is the problem. So the point number 1 or the way number 1 is to recognize your problems and also to recognize what you are doing well, because you also need to praise yourself. So first point is recognize where you are doing wrong and work hard on your mistakes. Only then you are going to correct your English. It is very important to unlearn your mistakes. So let's name point number 1, unlearn your mistakes. Unlearning your mistakes is very crucial. Take one mistake at a time. For example, if it is prepositions, take prepositions at a time. Okay, you could be lagging in reading, writing, listening, speaking. So it can be any one of these or all of these. So you need to recognize that and tackle that one at a time. But this is in no way to be confused with topics. What do I mean by that? Let's move on to point number 2, which means that you have to establish a correlation between all the points. I know you are getting a little confused, so let's look at it this way. When you are learning, it doesn't mean that you only have to focus speaking at a time or reading at a time. As this research paper says, it is all in a correlation with each other. What I mean by this is that you have to move one topic up at each time. What does that mean? If you are learning prepositions, focus on prepositions solely, but on reading, writing, speaking, and listening prepositions. Okay, if you are working on articles, work on articles solely for a day or two till you remember that, and reading, writing, listening, and speaking articles. Okay, and make sure that you do not have to go back and forth between topics. If you have learned articles today, you should not if you have learned articles today, you should learn 90% of it. Don't get bored, be patient, and learn articles completely before you move on to your next topic. Okay, you should never ever make a mistake again about apostrophes, about articles, about prepositions. So make sure you are not going back and forth between topics. Every time you complete a topic, you have to actually complete the topic. Now let's move on to point number 3, which is my favorite. It's called shadowing. It's a bit different from the other ones, but shadowing is the most quickest and the most effective way of learning English. Shadowing means copying others. I have discussed this a lot on my channel. For example, let's say you like the way I talk, then you are going to shadow me. Or if you like the way someone else talks, you are going to shadow them. But what do I mean by shadow? If I move my hand like this, my shadow will also move its hand. So the shadow doesn't care whether it makes sense or not, right? The shadow is going to copy me, come what may. So that is what you are going to do. First, choose a mentor or choose someone whose speaking pattern is very similar to yours or the one you want to imitate. And then copy whatever they do. So if they are making unnecessary sounds, even if they are saying so you have to copy these sounds because you are shadowing them. Remember, I told you this is the quickest way of learning English. And then you will be sure that you are using correct English. So remember to shadow. Fourth best way is to read everything you get your hands on. Not only books, not only captions, but read everything you get your hands on. For example, read your shampoo bottles. Read your cereal boxes. Read everything, literally everything you get. And at first, do not worry about understanding each word. Just skip the ones that you do not want to learn. Just make sure it makes sense as a whole. And then keep on adding vocabulary gradually. For example, if you read a paragraph and it has 50 difficult words, you do not necessarily have to learn all 50 at once. Just do 5 today. Then don't come back to this paragraph. These 5 are sufficient for you. Then move on to the next article and learn 5 words there. This is to keep you interested. If you keep reading the same thing again and again, then you might get bored. Again, it depends upon you, remember? So this was point number 4, and point number 5 is test yourself. Remember to test yourself. How do you do that? You can take online quizzes. You can speak to your friend and ask for their feedback. If you wanted to improve your speaking, speak in front of a mirror for 3 minutes. Challenge yourself every time. Can I speak for 3 minutes? Can I speak for 5 minutes about a random topic? If you are weak in writing, for writing it is very important to read first. Okay? So again, it's the same point that English is in a correlation with each other. If you want to improve your writing, you have to read first. If you want to improve your speaking, you have to listen first. So again, everything is forming a circle and everything is in a correlation with itself. So everything is in a relationship with the other. So make sure you are taking everything with you. Okay. Now, if you want to test your writing, write on Grammarly, which is a free website. Everybody knows about it. Write there and check your grammar. There are a lot of other websites. If you lag in listening, then listen to English songs and English movies and see how much you are able to understand. If you are lagging in grammar, then take online quizzes, take online grammar test. But remember, only to challenge yourself and not to frustrate yourself. It is very crucial that you know how much your goal was. You are not going to go from 10 to 100 in a month So remember, you have to improve gradually. So as long as you follow these 5 points, you are going to improve definitely. Tell me in the comment section what your thoughts are about this video. And for those of you who are not interested in immersion method, I am going to make videos on classroom method as well. But till then, take care. And remember, you are the only one who can help you. Once again, thank you for 15,000 subscribers. But if you haven't already, please don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon. The bell icon will help you get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you for watching.